specialty chemicals is one area where we were very bullish on for the last 6-7 years. That is one area where we are reducing. Now, the longer term drivers of this trend are still very much intact, whether it is China plus one or whether India, promoting chemical production through PLIs. All those things are still in place. But 7 years back, this sector was available at 20,000 crore. Entire sector of specialty chemical, top 25 companies were available at 20,000 crore market cap. This 20,000 crore market cap has gone to now 5.5 lakh crores. Entire sector has been at 21 to 22 times bagger. Of course, there have been addition. There have been 10, 12 new IPOs in this space, and all these things have added. But today, now, we are, in my opinion, if I were to take a quadrant of inflated profits and inflated multiple, I think specialty chemicals definitely flashes red, where the profits are inflated. They have been going on for 5-7 years, and now markets are giving it a multiple which is also inflated. So I would rather focus on areas where, see, it's very difficult to find today deflated profits and deflated multiples. That is not in this market. But there are still pockets where the profits are deflated and multiples are looking inflated more optically rather than actually. So those are the areas where I would focus on. So we are moving away from areas where high profits are getting high P multiple to areas where profits are on the lower side, though multiple might look a little higher. So that is one change we are making in the portfolio. Second is, yes, see, it's a very controversial thing again to say that these new age companies, should one be betting on these companies or no, when especially when they lack a list at 10, 12, 15 billion dollar kind of a market cap. But I strongly believe that the value migration is happening towards these companies. There are definitely risks involved, but I don't think the winners of tomorrow are going to emerge from this area. So you can adjust your risk first by not betting on every company in this space. You have to first understand companies that are going to be around 5 years, 10 years down the line. It's a very difficult call to take again. It is not very easy to say if this company will, what happens tomorrow if Amazon enters the BPC space, what happens tomorrow if Amazon enters the food delivery space. So those are clearly the risks involved. But you have to give it to these entrepreneurs that they have created a strong enough moat at this point of time to be either a category leader or one of the last survivors in the category. And there is a lot of value to what they have. Now, if they can expand to other adjacencies without burning too much cash, and I think that will be very credible. And that's exactly what the one of the player is trying to do. So I will name them, but again, I just want to give a disclaimer that it is only for illustrative purposes and not a recommendation at all. So Nykaa has actually done very well in the BPC segment. They have gathered about 8% kind of market share, and that market share will grow. And now with that cash flow, they are seeding the fashion segment as well. There are already strong incumbents over there from the new age businesses as well, like Myntra's of the world. But what Nykaa has achieved in BPC segment is with the minimum cash burn. They have burned less than $300 million. And in my opinion, this IPO was probably one of the last they might be needing to move, unless of course there is an inorganic acquisition at some point of time. But organically, I don't think there is any more cash needed for them to burn to get market share. So if you can find a story like that, I think that's a big plus, that this company is going to not burn cash over a period of time. Yes, they are not at this point of time making the kind of profits, but it's not that the value of this company is zero, right? It might be overvalued, but it is not bubble. A 30% correction, a 40% correction, even a 50% correction, and there is likelihood that this is a company that one should be betting on from a 5-10 year point of view. See, today we are at $3.5 trillion market cap. If India's $3.5 trillion goes to $6-7 trillion market cap over the next 5-7 year period, I am very sure trillion and a half is going to come from these new age businesses. You can take a look at what the top companies of the world look like in 2010 and what they are today. The top companies of today, Apple, Microsoft, the FANG stock, so to say, they were not the top companies in 2010. And once we have seen this kind of a story pan out elsewhere in the world, and we have the conditions similar to them in terms of, we have given the boost to the startup economy, then for sure the winners are going to emerge from this space. However, the probability is stacked against you in terms of picking a winner. Probability is stacked against you that a company, this particular company, will be there 5 years, 10 years down the line. So you have to understand that, and the risk management for that has to come from how you size your positions. You cannot be betting your house on it. So as you rightly pointed out, you have to, you cannot ignore the space, as well as you cannot bet your house on it. But you have to have some presence and see along the way, if you develop the conviction that no, this player is going to be around and is now ready to ride the next wave.